Hey guys, TalkKitten here, and I want to go over the Division 2 Title Update 9 patch notes. So, to begin, the maintenance is coming tonight at the regular scheduled time, and the update is going to be 10 gigabytes, so make sure we have enough space for that. To start off with, the exotic reconfiguration that everyone's been talking about is going to be implemented, and we're going to be able to get our level 30 to level 40 now. We're going to also be able to re-roll all of these core attributes. It's not going to be one or two, it's going to be all three of them every time we re-roll. So that's kind of nice. We have the potential for those god rolls. Moving on to the exotics, the Sawyer knee pads got reworked. Now we cannot be staggered by explosions and increase total weapon damage by 3%. Every second you are not moving. Stacks up to 10 times, and the stacks are lost when you move. The exotic provides defensive attributes and no brand bonus, but it is now appealing to both red and blue builds. Imperial Dynasty got a buff. The cooldown is reduced to 35 seconds from 40. Dodge City Gunslinger, the charge time is reduced to 30 seconds from 50 seconds. That's quite a buff right there. Diamondback got a rework, and it now grants all shots guaranteed crits for 5 seconds after hitting a mark. That's pretty nice. That's going to be absolutely devastating, PvE and PvP. Moving on to the Merciless, it got a buff. The explosion damage is increased to 1200% from 900, so that is a 300% explosion damage increase. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to use it. Lady Death no longer enhances turret skills. Bullet King base damage is now the same as the non-exotic LMG version, which I do believe is actually a buff. I believe it's increasing slightly, but it's still an increase. The exotic attribute roll quality. So all exotics will now roll at the highest possible minimum, regardless of difficulty. So they're all going to have the exact same minimum, whether you're on normal or heroic, which is nice. Let's see, exotic rolls can still roll higher than the minimum, but minimum rolls are now higher than what they were. Moving on to the talents. Tag team got reworked. The last enemy you have damaged with the skill is marked. Dealing weapon damage to that enemy consumes the mark and reduces active cooldowns by 6 seconds. Cooldown for that is 4 seconds. Does not consume the mark if no skills are on cooldown. Reassign got a buff. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of random special ammo to your sidearm, and they reduce cooldown to 15 seconds from 20. Tamper-proof got reworked. Enemies that walk within 3 meters of your hive turret or remote pulse are shot. Arm time is 2 seconds, and they increase the cooldown per skill to 10 seconds, and that is up from 5 seconds. Empathic Resolve got an amazing buff, and the skill now repairing an ally increases their total weapon damage and skill damage by 3 to 15% for 20 seconds. That increase of 10 seconds is really going to help with making sure that the buff is constantly active. I'm excited to put this on my healer build and see how it does. Moving on to Creeping Death, when you apply a status effect, it also applies to all enemies within 8 meters instead of what it is right now, 5 of your target. The reduced cooldown is 15 seconds, and that's down from 20 seconds. Something to note is overcharged talents now properly state that they do not work in PvP, so no skill can be overcharged in PvP. Named items, big ticket item right here. Let me know what you guys think about all of these nerfs and buffs in the comment section below, but the Contractor's Gloves damage to armor is lowered to 8%. Firm Handshake status effects increased to 15%. The ammo dump now correctly rolls 2 additional attributes, which I believe it now has 3 total attributes. Claws Out got a skill tier added to it, so it correctly has a skill tier core attribute roll, and it now rolls an attribute in addition to the pistol damage and melee damage for a total of 3 regular attributes, and the melee damage got an increase to 400%. Fox's Prayer knee pads, the damage of to out of cover enemies lowered to 8%. Hollow Man got a nerf as well, damage to health lowered to 10%. Punch Drunk got a buff, headshot damage increased to 20%. Send Off sadly removed perfectly rooted talent. That's sad. Let me know what you guys think about these named items in the comment section again, please. Would love to hear what you guys think. Moving on to weapons, ARs got an increased maximum roll of health damage to 21%. And players on Stadia, do not fret. There's a UI glitch stating that you guys don't have this, and it's going to show other weapons have the damage to health instead. But again, this is a UI issue, and will be updated and fixed with the next client update. Gear sets, another huge ticket item right here is True Patriot's white buff armor repair is lowered to 2% and 3% with the backpack once every second. That's quite a nerf right there, from 5 and 8% to 2 to 3. Oof, right there, right? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section as well. I would love to hear and talk about this one. After that, main missions, DARPA, Pentagon, and Liberty they lowered the difficulty to be more on par with the other missions. Wall Street, they reduced the health and damage of the APC, and Stranded Tanker, the NPC composition has been adjusted. After that, for the most part, it's a bunch of just little notes and whatnot, but a couple things to be noted of that are NPC shotguns. They reduce damage of all NPC shotguns. That's good. And then they adjusted the range of some NPC shotguns, including the Black Tusk Rushers. That's finally. Thank God. They can't snipe with a shotgun. Status effect reduced the duration of poison and cleaner's napalm and snare. That's good. Special ammo. NPCs with special ammo, they're going to have a UI indication. It's going to be the same as special ammo directive, so we're going to be able to see who's shooting us with that special ammo. That's really nice. Rogue agents, they significantly, mind you, reduced the armor of dynamically spawning rogue agents to prevent this from being too large of a nerf, and 3 and 4 player co-op rogue agents can now spawn with an armor kit that can repair up to 70% of the armor. Moving on, they did a bunch of other things. Blueprint skills, the sharpshooter technician skill-based radius has been increased to 50 meters. And another big thing is scoping is now enabled when you have a shield out. So the focus talent, it still works with a scope of magnification 8 times, I believe. But you're gonna actually scope in. You're gonna have to scope in to get that. So something to be aware of right there. Moving on, they have a bunch of bug fixes for gear and skills, gameplay, UI, things of this sort, audio missions. I would really suggest you guys reading all of those, but the raid, they fixed an issue causing Razorback not to drop a key after it's defeated, so they fixed that. That's good. They did open world, and to finish off, Dark Zone and PvP, they fixed issues with the nameplates not visible at correct distances. So if you're a Shade Agent, it's visible at 15 meters, Rogue Agents are at 30, and Manhunts are now visible at 50. And don't forget that these perks can be changed depending on your Dark Zone perks that you unlocked. So make sure that you go there and that they're in the correct allocation. Other than that, everything else, like I said, it's a lot to read, but I think it is good. I would really suggest reading all of these, especially for the bug fixes. Like for instance, they fixed an issue causing the Nemesis exotic to not trigger the focus talent. That was fixed. That's good. So you can get up to that 150% weapon damage right there. And then a bunch of other things, guys. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you liked what you heard, please don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to hear more, please press that subscribe, as that helps the channel grow. And until next time, agents, Ken's out.